Hey everybody, it is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan throwing rocks and hiding his hands, Sadiq. And this is the second edition of Don't Believe the Hype, where you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and what's the other one? Spreaker. I think that's how you say it. So we're all over the place and we are growing. And so on Don't Believe the Hype, we ask you to go beneath the surface of the things that you've heard to see if it's true or see if there's more that you can learn. Don't take our word for it, do your research, but we just try to bring you what we know. And so I want to go ahead and get started with 10 things that black men can learn from Kareem Hunt. Now, we covered this a little bit on my show on Sunday because somebody, kind of just threw it in, so we talked about it a little bit, but just learning a little bit more about what happened with Kareem Hunt. So a lot of you guys are wondering, who is Kareem Hunt?
Some newly released video from TMZ shows Willoughby native and Kansas City Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt shoving and kicking a woman.
This all apparently happened at a Cleveland hotel back in February, but the video is all new. Channel 3's Manny Abraham is here with what we know tonight. Hi, Manny.
Hello, that's right. It happened earlier this year in February. No charges or arrests were made, but now new questions have surfaced after TMZ Sports posted that surveillance video, which they say was captured at the Metropolitan at the 9 here in Cleveland. Now, the video here reportedly shows what happened inside. TMZ Sports identifies the man as Kareem Hunt, saying it shows him shoving the woman and then her striking back while others are trying to hold Hunt back. Later, Hunt reportedly kicked the 19-year-old woman while she was on the ground. Now, the woman had called police accusing Hunt of assaulting her after they spent the night with friends in a party bus. In a police report, Hunt's friends said that they asked the woman and her friend to leave the hotel after they found out that both were 19 years old. But she tells police it was because she, quote, didn't want one of the men. Now, the woman is also accused of calling Hunt a racial slur during that altercation. Now, there were two police reports filed during that, one where the woman accused Hunt of assaulting her and another where Hunt's friends claims the woman assaulted her. Now, the police report states that the surveillance video was available, but it's not clear whether police had reviewed it at the time. I'm Manny Abraham, Channel 3 News.
I expect there'll be much more to come on this, including from the NFL. Thanks, Manny.
Because I didn't know anything about him until I heard about the situation. Well, anyway, he was a football player. I don't know what position he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. Running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Sounds like he was fairly good. Well, he was a rookie. Sounds like he was slated to make a whole lot of money. Well, this past February 2018, TMZ obtained a video of Kareem Hunt physically assaulting a woman. Okay, so on the surface, that sounds really bad, and I don't advocate any man puts his hands on a woman. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there, so don't come for me. But I also am a big advocate of seeing the whole story and not just telling one side of the story, because I've watched a lot of pundits, especially in the sports arena, say no matter what, it doesn't matter what happened, he shouldn't be putting his hands on her.
Bullshit. And I'll go into that in a little bit later.
And so that's the narrative we've heard, but when you hear her friend's testimony in addition to his friend's testimony and seeing the footage that TMZ had, because from TMZ's point of view, they said that they gave the Kansas City Chiefs the video in February. They asked Kareem Hunt about it, and he said, no, I didn't put my hands on her, this, that, and the other. And so I guess they knew about it, but they didn't, no, actually, they didn't see the tape. They told them of the tape, or the incident, rather. Mm-hmm. So once the footage came out a couple days ago or whatever, that's when the Kansas City Chiefs decided to fire him, let him go, or whatever you want to call it. Cut his contract for millions. So anyway, so as I said, the story came out that he beat up a woman. Well, who is this woman? This woman is a 19-year-old student. She goes to, I think, Kent State or somewhere out, wherever. She goes to Kent State, a 19-year-old woman. She happened upon his residence. Now, it was a hotel, but it sounds like he was living there for some reason. Happened upon his residence. Somebody invited her and two other friends. These women are white women, for lack of better words. Invited them, he carded them and found out that they were 19, so I don't know, maybe they'd be doing some drinking or something. Asked them to leave. It got a little heated. The part that we didn't see on the video got a little heated, and so the part we saw in the hallway, which was on the video, you see him and her going back and forth. His friends and her friends are trying to stop them. He's very upset from what you can see of the video. He's pushing her, but what people aren't talking about too, she's, keeps approaching him, and he pushes her away. Not saying he should put his hands on her. Eventually, he ends up shoving his friend, and he'll show you the video too. So, before explanation, so he shoves the friend, and then the friend runs into her, and they both hit the wall, and they're pretty dazed and confused, as you can see. And then later on, toward that same incident, as the girl is trying to get up from the ground, Kareem kicks her. I would say he tapped her, but still, he put his foot on her. So I don't want to minimize what he did. Okay. Now, again, from that point of view, it looks really bad. But when you hear the stories of her friend saying, well, she was in there calling him a nigger. He got mad because he asked us to leave. And then his friends also told the same story. And that she was, hurling a bunch of racial slurs at him. And that one other friend said that he or she, the white girl in question, hit him.
Were you guys able to talk to him?
No, he was sleeping.
Yeah, what's your first name? Kareem. Mr. Kareem. Okay, do you have your ID? Yeah, it's a lot.
So we're sitting outside of the hotel, just minding our own business, trying to find out how we're going to get home. I'm calling my friends from Cleveland because I'm from Berea. I'm trying to find a way home, and this girl comes outside, starts coming at me, that blonde girl. Like, why are you sitting out here? Like, what are you doing? Go home. I'm like, we're trying to find a way home. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know why you're coming at me, blah, blah, blah. And then he comes outside. First of all, he's calling his friends who are sitting down here.
He's what?
Kareem, his name.
Okay, Kareem.
I just met him today. The person who assaulted me. He shoved me, he pushed me. You can watch the videotapes, which I would like to see, if that's possible. Also, I came down here after, and I asked the front desk clerk in the white shirt if I could call 911. I'm not sure if that's against the law to deny that to a person at the front desk of a hotel. I asked him 3 separate times, and he said, that's what you get for being a slut. And wouldn't let me call 911. Meanwhile, Kareem, the person who assaulted me, had my phone. I had no way of calling.
Okay, that's your phone.
Yes, they got it back for me. So.
You're friends with Kareem?
Yeah.
Who's Kareem?
KareemHunt, plays for Kansas City Chiefs.
Plays, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys use that first name? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kareem plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Running back.
He
Okay.
really moved it today. It's crazy, right? So I'm going to tell you a whole story. So I know those girls from my friend. I invited them. I was going to the club tonight. We got to the club. They're just overly drunk, as you can tell. And come to find out, they're not even 21. They're literally 19 years old. And we found out upstairs, can you guys please leave us alone? It was you go home. And they're in the hallway, sitting by the elevator. I come outside, I'm like, you guys are being too wildcats, just please leave us alone. And they're and then she started grabbing me in the back of my head, broke my necklace, everything. Kareem's girlfriend came out, her name is Nikki. She came out, being very nice. She's like, hey girls, guys, please leave. You guys are being just obnoxious. You guys are just bothering us, guys, please leave. And then they started attacking her. And then, they didn't really attack her. They kind of
So basically, they want to get into this party that you guys were at? Or
we're just really in our room trying to sleep.
Just in your room sleeping. So there's no party, nothing?
No party.
So why were they trying to get in?
Because, honestly, I guess they don't have any money. They can't get home. We really gave them money. Here's money for Uber. Just go home. Leave us alone. Because I came home. I gave them $20 for Uber home. And they're, so complaining. She's, crying. Why are you crying? There's no point for you to be crying right now. She started calling me the N-word, calling us niggers and shit like that. I'm like, chill, there's no point for you doing right now. We just want to go to sleep, just leave us alone. And then she kind of started getting aggressive, hitting us, and started hitting Nikki. Nikki trying to break it up. Okay. I came in the hallway, trying to grab her. I didn't grab her. I was like, yo, I was trying to break it up. I got in the middle of the 2 girls. And that was really good. And then security came up, and then they were just being overly aggressive. Her phone's right here. She left her phone actually in our room. Yeah, so that's her phone. She would. So that's her phone.
So which one is this? The one right here you guys talking about?
Yeah, the girl that's crying, dude, she's just being she's drunk right now, and then she's just freaking out. Her friend is calm, but she's just a mess. She's a mess. I don't know what's going on with her.
So the one's crying is a mess. Okay.
Yeah, I literally tried to be we have money for you to leave, everything, and she's just I don't know what's going on with her.
All right. So she doesn't stay in the room. She didn't even stay at the hotel first.
No, she has.
Okay, and you guys do stay here now?
Yes, we live upstairs. They can take our money from us. That's all they want is money. That's really all it is at this point. They're trying to sue us for money. That's all it is.
Sue you for money?
Yeah, I swear to God.
All right. Okay.
Hey, girl to girl, I genuinely.
She goes. She's like, you know he didn't hit me, blah blah blah. But like, I don't care who he has the best agent in the East Coast. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just a fact. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? She's like, oh yeah.
And gentlemen, you got to forgive me. I don't know you guys from Adam. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know nothing. I don't. Okay.
Hit him. And so it wasn't like she was just in there like, oh my God, I'm just here because I'm just trying to drink some water and, you know, this angry Negro is just, no, it wasn't that way. And then, so then you'll see the other footage of her explaining to the cops, well, you know, Kareem, I don't know his last name because I just met him today. And, you know, go look at the footage. He hit me and, you know, this, that, and the other. And so his friends are also saying she just wants money.
She wants money. I can see it a mile away.
Right. Well, she wants money because she's, you know, accusing us or him of doing some things, blah, blah, blah. So I hope that I've been informational because it's just like really, really, there's levels to this. It's not just the fact that, you know, Kareem Hunt, a black man, put a foot literally to this white girl's ass. There's a little bit more to it than that. And so I want to first just ask, once Donovan comes over here, because Donovan, jokingly sometimes, I wonder sometimes if he's joking, says, well, you know, this is why I'm going to get me a Becky, a snow bunny. You know, white women treat black women better. Black men, not you.
I don't say that.
Well, but we hear that, though. Black men, you need to get you a white woman.
Because believe it or not,
because white women know how to treat black men better.
Believe it or not, for our audiences, I have never dated a white woman.
I know, I believe you. But so can we at least, y'all, can we at least stop perpetuating the lie that white women treat y'all better?
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't know.
I mean, just really on this, I mean, there's so many other instances, but just if we have to just take this case by itself, can we at least stop lying with the bull contra that white women treat y'all better?
No, if anything, in my experience of watching, my brother was married to a white woman, horrific. And I think it traumatized me, so.
Yeah, I mean, and I know brothers, including my own, who was married to one, and to this very moment, is taking that brother. Well, she's trying to. You know, the kids, the two youngest kids are almost 18 in 2 and 3 years.
She's still trying
to jugular. My God, move on.
Well, let me ask you this though: what does her parents say about that?
Well, her father is gone, and her mom is not able to say anything. She had a stroke, so she's not able to speak. But
because to me, a lot of the character of a person is based on how they're raised.
You know, from her mom, she likes my brother. You know.
So where's this girl getting this animosity to destroy a person?
I just think because he no longer wanted to be with her after. Not saying that he was perfect. I mean, he did his dirt too. But you know, I think once he cut her off, she was just like, oh no.
Right. If I can't have you, nobody
and then that's really the long and the short of it. Not just because that's my brother. I mean, he's got issues. I'm not saying he don't, but I've seen the destruction that a white woman will cause a black man, all because I'm not ready to let you go.
Now, I have a black woman that put me through, my oldest son's mom put me through the same stuff, but I haven't given up on black women.
Right, but at the point that I'm making is stop attributing that a bad behavior just to black women.
Gotcha.
And that's why you need to get you a white woman. So can we put that to bed? I'm asking. All right, so let me get to my points. Because I got 9 to 10. I said 9 to 10 because we may think of a 10th one. But I want to start with number 1. This is a lesson that you black men can learn from Kareem. A fool learns from what?
Experience.
His own mistakes.
Own mistakes, right. Experience.
And a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. Now, who's the other people? Well, we seen your Kobe. We seen your OJ. And you know, for the sake of discussion, we ain't going to get into OJ. But we've seen so many. Why does the trash man always come during my segment? You were
okay, we'll switch it up next time.
Y'all ain't cahoots. Come on by when she trying to give y'all brothers some knowledge.
Yeah, it's Moreno Valley, but go ahead.
So anyway, so he's had an opportunity to see so many brothers before him go down that hole. You seen it. Kobe, who was doing a little freaky dingy, let's just be honest, you know, away from home, on the road.
Doing what everybody else is doing.
Well, yeah, and then, you know, she got his ass, didn't she? And he's been on the straight and narrow ever since. So like, well, I mean, we don't know about it if he does, you know. But learn from somebody else's mistake.
Gotcha.
I don't even know why or how the white girls got in there. It sounds like, I don't know, because the police was trying to ask, well, how did you guys know somebody here? How did you get in? Well, nobody was really clear on that, so it doesn't sound like they was necessarily invited over. And some people have said, well, maybe it was a setup. How did these women get there? You know, but sounds like he tried to put them out, because he asked them their ID and they found out it was 19, so he tried to put them out and it got ugly from that point. But you should have never let them in. Point blank. Okay.
Got it.
Because it sounds like his girlfriend was there too. I think maybe she's a white girl too, so I don't know. Okay. Number 2, seek smart counsel. Get you somebody, I don't care whether it's a lawyer, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, somebody, you know, who is able to guide you and say, listen, son, you're about to get $30 million. However, it sounded like it was quite a bit of money.
His rookie contract was going to be
up there. And, you know, he sounds like he's one of the best. You're one of the best. You have all this money, son. Don't make no moves. Don't make no moves. Okay, you got white girls at the door? Call us. Okay, uncle, what would you do? What should I do? Don't let him in.
No. Matter of fact, don't let him in. Keep him at the door. I'm coming right over.
Or doing, what's his name? Liam Neeson?
Right.
Okay, nephew, if you let him in, you will be taken.
Right.
Okay?
Or hold him there till I get there.
You are going to be taken. Okay? So, seek some wise counsel.
Gotcha.
Somebody who knows more than you, because he's 22, 23. Yeah. You're a baby with all this money. Okay, so 3, be proactive and not reactive. Okay, and as I said Sunday on the show, that sometimes takes a split second. You have only a second to be proactive. You saw these girls at the door. Okay, I see these girls at the door. I'm a black man. These are some white girls coming to my house. I've never met them because the girl said that that's the first time she's met him. She didn't even know his last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times in our community do we tell our young black men, leave these white women alone? You know, I mean, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you can love who you love, but what I'm saying is
that's on the list, brother.
You should be cautious.
That's on the list.
Knowing what you know.
We gonna get to it. It's on the list.
And our justice system and
we gonna get to it, brother, because I promise you that is what we.
That's the meat of the potato.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Which is kind of why I put it toward the end. Okay, so be proactive. No, because if I let these girls in here, I say I know what happened to Kobe. I know what happened to all these other brothers that has something to do with these white girls, and I got all this money. I don't know nothing. No, I'm not letting them in because I'm number one, this, that, and the other. I got all this money. I can lose my job. I can lose my reputation. No, they ain't getting in. So now you're reactive because now you're on an apology tour. Because I saw where he was doing his interview was very just confusing because it's like. He was like, I don't care what happened. I'm taking the blame. It's nobody else's fault. It was mine. I should have known better. And I don't blame the Chiefs. I don't blame the victim. It's me. So it sounds like his PR person was saying, listen, at all costs, do not blame nobody but yourself. Okay, so now you're reactive. You're just taking the time to be proactive and just said, not today.
And save yourself from a lot of headache and legal,
Yes, you ain't getting in here, Becky. Not today. Not ever. What did Mr. Seeley Daddy say to Mr.? You can't have Nettie. Yeah. Not now, not ever.
That's right.
Okay?
That's my prize possession.
And you ain't getting in here. Okay?
But you can have the older sister.
Right. You ain't coming over here.
You're not getting Afro Thunder, Donovan. You can...
Hey! Okay, and so 4 on my list is educate yourself. Black men, educate yourself on the ins and outs of what it is you do, who, as we call this, a lot of people in business or in public relations, such as I am, you call this the SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So focus on the threat. Okay. What is going to be a threat to me? That's educating yourself. What is going to be a threat to me being who I am in the position that I have? What is going to take me out of here if I am not proactive? I impress upon everybody, and I'm going to say that again. I mean, you don't have to have a degree or be in business or anything. Just personally, take a SWOT analysis of yourself. That's SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats of yourself. See what your strengths are. your weaknesses so you can work on those, the opportunities that are for you, or the opportunities to fix yourself, whatever the case is, and what's going to be a threat to you if you're not wise. And so educate yourself. Use the SWOT analysis to educate yourself. All right? 5, as we always say on this show, always know, never ever doubt, that fat meat is greasy. It is greasy. Okay? You are no special, more special than a Kobe or anybody who's come before you has found themselves in that situation. It's always probably, I'm going to say, because I don't like to deal in absolutes, but for the most part, it's probably not going to end up in your favor, especially if you put your hands on a white woman.
There's a lot of brothers in jail right now, especially in the South.
At the OJ, I don't know how a black man is with a white woman and not flinching and scared. I'm serious, but you know, fat meat is greasy. You're not going to change the game in regards to that. You've seen plenty of black men lose their lives over something they didn't do in regards to a white woman. Listen, I'm not trying to dog white women because I have white women who are friends and all that kind of stuff. So that's not my objective here. My objective here is to educate the black men on what to do and what not to do. I mean, to me, it's just that easy. Al said earlier, he says, is it possible that the white women are a black man's kryptonite? I said, that is what has been said.
No, because I'm a hard brother. That is not our kryptonite.
But, I mean, for the most part, I mean, that's really something to ponder. Is the white woman a black man's kryptonite?
I don't see it. To me, it's more, and no shade to anybody. It seems to me that the brothers that are, like, really into white women aren't very educated.
So then they need to go back to number 4. Educate yourself.
Yeah, it seems like they're not very educated. I mean, and you know, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you got to have a college degree. What I'm saying is, they're not educated about themselves and their culture.
Yeah, knowledge of self. Because, like I said, I don't ever tell nobody who to date. You date who you want to date. I don't care. But I feel like if you had true knowledge of self, you won't want nobody else other than yourself, or who is like you. And my dad always says, I don't understand how these brothers want to be with a woman who can't relate to them. Knows nothing about them. You'll forever have to explain to them who you are as a black man, black culture, or why black people do this, and why, or always trying to ease stuff so that they don't get their white feelings hurt because, you know, maybe you're taking them to the family function and Auntie such and such is giving her the side eye, and you know Becky bringing her raisin potatoes.
Right.
Well, you just Becky, you just understand. You know my family. No, I ain't got to explain that to a sister because she ain't gonna be putting no raisins in no potato salad.
And you never, a white woman will never understand it. You never turn down Uncle Otis's chitlins.
I will.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
His chitlins is getting
or
turned
his
down.
Greens, or his greens. You know, there's certain plates. Everybody loves that. You know that plate. You know?
Right, Uncle Otis, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You might take my black card, but goddamn it, here it goes.
Yeah, my Uncle Zoom, he makes the best greens ever. I mean, he literally sits there and cleans them. I mean, he takes like hours and just.
I love me some greens too. I'm gonna make me some. But anyway, back to the list because you know now we talking about food. All right. Now, some of y'all brothers, I know this is probably like just something you don't want to hear, but I'm gonna say it. Number 6. Get you a black woman. Get you a good black woman. There's a lot of good. Don't believe the hype.
Okay.
Listen, don't say it, brother, because I got the sharp. I sharpened
this
pencil earlier.
No.
There's a lot of good, lots.
There's a lot of good black women
out there.
I just don't like the black women. For me, speaking for myself, I don't like the black women that act like clowns. That's just me.
Well, then you shouldn't. I don't think anybody should. But get you a good black woman. A good black woman who can relate to you. A good black woman who's going to have your back and say, you know what, this is probably what you should do and stay away from. I love you. I got your back. I ain't going to let nobody do whoop-de-whoop. I see Becky's coming to the door. They ain't getting in.
See, I did that, and some dude in Florida took my woman.
Well, there's other good black women out there, you know. She's one of them, but there's plenty more out there.
Is she coming out there for the holiday?
I don't think so. She's got some things that she has to do.
Well, it's a season thing, too, so she's got to work out there. So.
Right. So get you a good black woman. I don't want to hear that, oh, you know, black women don't do this, a black man.
Nah, bull crap.
We've dispelled that earlier on in this segment. That is not...
black women will do anything a white woman do. They just ain't going to let you do it for free.
Yeah, you know. And
you got to work for it.
I mean, I know y'all. I hear a lot of brothers say, "Well, black women call the police, how you get you in the system." Well, yeah, when you died in both of my eyes,
yeah,
you know, or whatever the case is. Now, I'm not saying there's some black women who just don't be calling the police, but guys, she's probably gonna be less likely to do this kind of stuff to you. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not saying they won't, but less likely.
Less likely.
Y'all see the video of this white girl? Oh, you know, and she's playing with her. I just need somebody to go see the tape. They got it. I don't understand why they won't let us see it. You can see what he did to me. But you never once mentioned that you was in the dude's room calling him a nigger and you was getting in his face too. Because why? Because she's a white woman and she knows that. Well, luckily, I don't know what. Maybe the police officer was a fan, but he didn't arrest the guy or the girl.
How many black men have been falsely accused by women? Just in general, just knowing that, to put yourself in a situation, knowing what you know, because I'm very sure his black mama told him,
stay away from the white girl.
Yes, my mom told me. She didn't say stay away from him, but she was like, be careful, period.
Well, I'll tell y'all what my daddy said. His mama told him when we get to that point, okay? It was a little less smooth.
It was more direct.
Smoother than your mama said, okay?
More direct.
And number 6, stop giving your money to white supremacy. Well, whatever could I mean by that? What does that have to do with this? Okay, so.
That's number 7.
What I said number 6?
Yeah.
Number 7 is stop giving your money to white supremacy. So what does that mean? That means when I let Becky into my room and she hollers that I did something, that I raped her or something, how much money, where do you think that money Kobe gave that woman went to? That went to help white people. Clearly, the girl was lying on him. Now they settled. I'm sure he settled for quite a bit of money. Okay? Now, mind you, this woman, not to rehash the case, but she has semen from other dudes in her panties and screwed Kobe. And yet he paid all this money, to this woman.
Yeah, a better example. A lot of people don't you know, they watch the movie, they don't know what they're talking about. Tupac, he did not get convicted of rape.
Right. Well, that's what people say, though.
Yeah, but
he wasn't even in the
room. Right. But that goes to, again, if I had a son, which I do, I tell them, be careful who your friends are.
That's on the list too, brother.
Because they're going for the guy that has the money. They're not gonna. I was assaulted by his entourage. They're not suing the entourage. They're suing the guy with the most money. They're holding this guy responsible.
That's actually gonna be my number 9.
All right, gotcha.
Okay, write that down. All right, so stop giving the money to white supremacy. That means if these white girls accuse you of something you didn't do, or you put yourself in a situation that have to pay her a copious amount of money, that funds white supremacy, because anytime a white woman is accusing a black man of doing something clearly he didn't do or that is questionable, you're going to settle with her because you don't want the facts of your life to get out like Kobe. He don't want everybody to know all his business, and so he settled with the girl, and you know, now she's probably off rich with a white man. You know, so you basically just funded their lifestyle, white supremacy. All right. Number 8 is your image. I don't know if you guys have seen KareemHunt, but he's a young dude. He's got the dreadlocks and I'm not saying
bitch braids.
Well, they're dreadlocks. I'm not saying nothing wrong with
those aren't dreadlocks. Those are not dreadlocks.
What are they?
They're bitch braids. They're not dreadlocks.
Well, they need to be retwisted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dreadlocks. You do not let your hair grow. So those are not dreadlocks. Right.
Well, he got sister locks.
Yeah. Something like bitch. Like I said, bitch locks.
Okay. So. Now listen. I'm not even saying that he shouldn't have the dreadlocks or what Donovan says they are, but clean up your image. You're right. I wouldn't know that dude was a football player. I'm not saying he needs to run around with his uniform on, but he run around looking like, old dude off the street somewhere. It's like
the homeless look.
Yeah, and especially since now you are fighting for your reputation. He requested an interview with Lisa Salters, but he shows up to the interview. He's got a black hoodie on, and just kind of there. He's slumped over, and he can hardly articulate his point. Well, I'm just saying, it's and I was like, what are you saying? Because I couldn't get. He was just, I'm just saying, I don't. Because she says, well,
articulate your words, young man.
He couldn't do it. And she was like, he says, well, I really don't want to get into.
And this is why we get taken advantage of, because we are not in the colleges doing our academics. And then when shit like this comes off, and you're seeing that on national TV, what do we see? A young thug-looking type guy, sounding and looking like a
So
certain
that
way.
goes back to his counsel. Where is your counsel to say, okay, brother, now we're in a fight for your reputation. We're trying to get you back on the team because you are the best right now to ever do it now. And so we need to clean up your image. That means that we're going to retwist your dreads or, cut them off.
Yeah, shave them
You're going
off.
to show up to these interviews with a suit or at least a collared shirt and some slacks, looking like you got some sense.
And a belt around your waist.
You're going to sit up straight. We're going to coach you verbally until you are articulate and you get the point across. You're going to be strong, all of that. You're not going to be bent over and weak and I really
and then
don't
mumbling. Why do these boys mumble?
Because as my dad says, most people on average speak 400 words well. And so that is because we don't read. We don't soak in other information. And so when you don't read or soak in other information, your vocabulary is going to be limited. You're going to have more ums than actual words. And so that comes from him seeking good counsel. Somebody in that counsel should have said, brother, young man, we're not going to let you go in front of these people, especially these, right, and pick you apart. Oh, look at him. He must have did it. Look how he looks. He's got these nappy braids and he can't speak.
And here's another thing. And this is why I don't hate HBCUs, but I really don't support them as much because they are not preparing these kids for the real world.
Is that where he came from?
No. I don't know where he came from. But what I'm saying is HBCUs, because you're living in that black environment, you teach them all this black, and they do great at teaching, the black experience. But what they forget is that child's got to leave that environment and go into the real world.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would charge that to the black colleges.
No. That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, they're not giving them a real situation of what they're going to confront.
Well, hell, if you want to, not to challenge you, Ike, but if you want to go there, hell, ain't no college. Ain't no colleges teaching black people who they are and how to really go out in the real world. Anybody who has read the Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson, it talks about that we send our kids to these white institutions to learn whiteness, I guess if you will. But then when they come out of school, white people won't hire them. And black people don't have an economic base to hire them. Sorry about something going on. To hire them. And so they're lost and confused because the white institutions don't teach us about being black.
No.
Therefore, that's some weenie.
No. And I understand it. What I'm saying is, how to present ourselves. When you go out it's like when you go to the jury. They don't let you just come out. Unless you ain't got nothing going for you, they'll let you come out. But usually if you got, they'll dress you up.
Let me ask you a real revolutionary question here. I'm going to get real close to you.
All right.
Who taught you how to dress and represent yourself?
My mama.
So, did you need to go to school to learn that?
No. That ain't what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Because I agree. I agree, especially these athletes who are coming out, they should be taught some of those things. I know they try to get them once they get in with your Herm Edwards and all these other people have these camps. But, to me, a lot of that should just come from home.
Right, and a lot of it is coming from home, and
not the bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what KareemHunt is doing, but for him to go and sit up in an interview with a hoodie and shit like that on, I didn't see it.
It was awful.
Yeah, but for him to do that must have been acceptable in his household where he was raised, and he think that that's normal. And I'm not down on the brother. If that's all you know, like I said, you can only do what you know.
Where's the counsel?
Exactly.
Where is the counsel?
Exactly.
Somebody, because I'm sure.
Why didn't Mama call and say, "Why my baby on looking like that?"
Or you want to know way more about sports than I will ever know. Especially in college, when the team travels away, don't they got to dress up?
Shirt and tie, depending on what kind of team.
So that's not something that's foreign to you. Why would you get on TV bent over, not just mentally and verbally, but just dressing in appearance?
Well, you want to know why? Because they want to identify with the street. I'm keeping it real, dog. I'm keeping it real. Fuck keeping it real. If it's affecting my millions, fuck all that bullshit.
I really didn't. It was like a waste of 6 minutes because even Lisa Salters was like, well, I think you should explain, what happened.
I ain't got to do nothing. I keep it real, the Southside Crip over here.
So, yeah, your etiquette and image is very important. The black men. My brother always says he's a black man, obviously.
But your brother is always in a suit and tie.
Yeah, but he says,
he looks like he got money.
Yeah, he said it was the black man that's already a threat.
Yeah.
You already a threat just being born. And so why give the oppressor, these are not his words about the oppressor, but my words, why give the oppressor another reason to mess with you? Or, you know, because, and let's be honest, black people are not independent to where we can totally be independent away from white ideology. And so white people are writing you a check or whatever the case is. Why not just present yourself? You know what I mean? Why give them another reason to say, oh, well, look at them. Black men are vicious. But black men are, you know, they're awful.
But look at the people. Even Lisa Salters that interviewed him, she basically bought into, you know, demeaning this guy. Because I would have said that was me interviewing. I'd have been like, no, we're not interviewing looking like this, brother.
Especially a sister.
Right. We're not going to interview you looking like this unless he insisted. Oh, this is who I am. Okay, that's fine.
Because they looked like they were at his house.
Right. So
that actually will concede that is an excellent point, Donovan. Because as a black woman, she should have had. I think
knowing
she should
the media and its power.
She should have just had a little bit more. Because you know, if I'm gonna interview you, you show up looking disheveled. I'm gonna say, brother, you sure you want to do this?
Right.
You sure you're not? You don't want? I'll give you a couple minutes to go. You know, freshen up or maybe present yourself a little bit better. But yeah, I agree with you. She should have said, brother, because like you said, she has the insight on the media, what they're gonna say and do. You know what? I want to make this interview go off the best way as possible. But that's not going to happen because, you know, first impressions and when they see you, they're already going to have a preconceived notion of you. Put some on. Let's get you suited and booted.
Yeah, right.
Put your hair back.
At least jeans and a sports jacket.
That's how he was in the interview. Like,
and if you go to court or you know anything and you see a black man, what's the black guy doing? He's doing the exact same thing.
Right. So, but that's actually a good point. You know, not to say that it's her fault, but she could at least try to say, "Come on,
right? Yeah.
Is you serious?"
She could have gave him a little insight.
Right. All right. And so next 9, and actually you filled in the 10th, the 9th, and 10th one, and that's pick your friends wisely. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about his friends, but it sounds like if Kareem had his girlfriend there, somebody somehow ended up giving those white girls the direction to the house. I don't know if it was one of the friends. It sounds like somebody kind of invited. It doesn't sound like it was him. But pick a better group of friends. Now, I'm not saying they're responsible for him losing control, but if somebody is inviting an adverse situation to your environment, then maybe those ain't your friends. You know, we talked about this on the show Sunday. Get you some LeBron James friends. You know, somebody who's going to say,
Yeah, that's going to look, I mean, because if you're my friend and I'm on your payroll as part of your entourage, I'm not going to let the gravy train die.
Yeah, you be part of the council and say, brother, not today.
Yeah, we need to get this. Come here, dog. Come here.
Right, or we gonna make sure football season is done and we here, we there, and we just want the right people around you.
Right. Well, the one thing I can say as a bad thing for LeBron's friends is somebody needs to tell him, look, LeBron, go ahead and shave all that shit off, dog.
LeBron, like, I got a lot of money. I will keep plugging this mess up in my head, okay, until the plugs is gone.
Gotcha.
All right. And so, 10.
Leave them white women alone.
Leave them alone, brothers. Leave them alone. I know they kryptonite to a lot of y'all, but I mean, if you keep seeing other, you know, I'm not saying that all white women are bad. I'm not saying that, but
when you're a target in the media, okay, it's bad enough you got women. It's just funny how women have objectified themselves that that's their payday now. So I'm your mom, I'm your uncle. I'm telling you, be careful. Tiger Woods, same situation.
The white girls in Florida already was
$250 million gone, and all she did was have a few kids for him. And
well, you know, he was more or less like, I screwed her over with a whole bunch of other white girls, and so I'm not going to fight her on that. But to your point, I mean, if you weren't going to be faithful to her, you'd just been better off being a single man, screwing all of them, and then keeping all that money in your pocket. But and you know, I don't know if he settled with any of the other white women.
Probably.
You know, with Gloria Allred, I'm sure something came out of it. But
did.
again, you're funneling white supremacy because these white girls knew that they was a willing participant. Now all of a sudden they're so hurt.
Well, the thing is, when you're an athlete, period. I mean, you got to look at these shows. These shows are now telling you, this is what we do for women. They're saying, we're basketball wives. We have nothing going for us but this.
I'm securing the bag.
Right.
I'm the
That's
bag.
It. I can't play sports. I can't do nothing for myself. But, excuse my language, sexual favors to you, and that's it. And maybe give you a couple kids if you're lucky.
I mean, call
they got shows.
Escort service and just be done with it.
Right.
You know, she know what she there for.
Right.
You know.
But I'm saying, they have these shows now, Hollywood Wives. I mean, you look at these shows.
Officer secure in the back.
Yeah, you're just like, well, then what is the premise of the show? To get this fool's money. That's it.
Or I got his money and now I'm getting some more money because I'm, exposing his inner secrets.
Right.
Just for, salacious reasons to get ratings so I can get invited back on the Basketball Wives next year. And
I want to be a D-list celebrity.
And like you said, most of them ain't even been wives.
Right.
Y'all,
the girlfriends.
You screwed the dude 3 times, had a kid, and now all of a sudden you have all the significance. And so, I mean.
Yeah, it's sad, brothers, but.
But yeah, I leave them alone. Just leave them alone. I know that's kind of hard to do. Why, I don't know, but leave them alone. And to tie it back into my original point, stop saying that, black men, we need to get us a white woman.
Yeah, that's a fallacy.
Because they treat us better. Do they?
But I don't want to change.
Oh, wait, now one more thing. And then in closing that, ask yourself, who's going to do more damage to you? A black woman or a white woman?
Black woman.
You know what? You want jalapeno juice in your eye?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, they're supposed to be with us, but for some reason. And all guys have a horror story somewhere. God forbid if you don't, but a lot of us do have a horror story of a situation we put ourselves in. Key word. We put ourselves in there. Okay, me, myself included. So I don't want to get in these messages talking about, oh, you think no, I'm not perfect. Trust me.
Donovan, you think you're all that.
That's why I've been waiting 30 years for my boo thing.
You wait.
Yeah, almost 15 minutes.
Right.
15 minutes. But what I do want to transition to is we recently went to a play at the African American Museum in Paris, California. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we went to this play. Actually, my nephew asked me if I wanted to go to this play. He was able to get some tickets. He couldn't go, so he invited me, and I invited Donovan and my 7-year-old niece, who I am teaching about being her black self unapologetically. And just so happens the play was called Unapologetically Black by Misty Monroe Clark, who did a one-woman show.
Excellent show.
And highlighted her experience as being a black girl / woman growing up, living amongst white people in Northern California, San Francisco, in a white neighborhood, and then moving to South Central LA, where her parents
the black folks at.
Right, and so she said she struggled some because she wanted to fit in with the white people, and then, she wanted to fit in with the black people, so she didn't know how to be herself unapologetically, how to be her black self. And so she obviously went through a whole bunch of, scenarios and ups and downs. Excellent play. And so another thing that we learned is that the museum is even there. It's an African American museum, the next city over from where we are. Never even knew.
Right.
So that's interesting to know that they are preserving black art and culture, especially in Paris, California, is where it's at.
Right. The lady that was in charge of it, she recently died a couple years, I think last year.
The owner, the mama.
And she was the mother of 11 children.
And now her daughters are the curators of the museum. They are running the museum along with their son, so they've kept it in the family. They're all volunteered to keep it running. So it's just an awesome experience to see that. But like I said, for me, it was I don't like going out a whole lot, especially on a Friday night. I've been running around all the week, but it was important for me to take my niece because, unfortunately, as a lot of young black girls do, they suffer from self-esteem as black girls, and really lacking knowledge of self. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about her parents, but it is what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to come from a parent. It can come from an auntie or an uncle or somebody who cares about the situation. But, like I said, it's just I'm doing my part in teaching her who she is, because she's a little bit confused too about, blackness and whether black is beautiful and white is right. She struggles with that, saying that, white is prettier than black, and she's 7. So she's just being taught, and I also explain that to her parents, because I spend a lot of time with her. I explain that to her parents. You guys might need to do something different in teaching her about her black self. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's because of the school she goes
systems,
to.
Right.
Maybe she hangs around a lot of white girls. Maybe she spends a lot of time watching a lot of white programming, which we know white programming teaches black girls that you're not good enough. it is your job to try to be like us, lighten your skin, straighten your hair, and all this other stuff. And so I took, I took it upon myself to indoctrinate her, about being black.
And I thought it was an excellent play, and it kind of really brought out a lot of effects that we can all relate to.
Yeah, because a lot of people struggle with, let's say, maybe not you or I, but being black. Trying to be black, but appease everybody else.
Or looking at it this way, like everybody knows, I was born into a military community, so a lot of people, just because I look like, they say, oh man, you know what it is like in the hood? No, I don't.
Right.
I don't know what it's like in the hood.
But just because you don't know what it's like in the hood doesn't mean you're not black.
Right, exactly.
But a lot of people just not having knowledge of self or really fully knowing what it is to be black, they don't know that. Well, if you didn't grow up in the hood, how could you know what it means to be black? Well, I know what it means to be black because wherever I was, my parents and my circle of influence showed me, not just told me, but they showed me what it is to be black. Therefore, I don't have any hang-ups about who I am.
Amen.
And so, like you said, I thought the play was excellent because she gave an honest look at what a lot of people, especially black women, go through in being unapologetically black. I mean, I talk about all the time when I worked in corporate America that I used to wear my hair in afro and twisties and stuff, but it was said to me, well, maybe you should straighten your hair then I did because I was like, shit, I need the job. It's some good ass money right here. But as I woke up a little bit more, I'm like, I would never do that again. If you don't like my hair the way it is, then this is not the place for me.
Right. Kiss my ass and gotta go. But so if you guys get a chance, what was her name?
Misty Monroe Clark, and the play is called Unapologetically Black. I think she predominantly does it in Los Angeles, but it sounds like she'll travel too, obviously for money, pay the sister, and do the play. It's about 50 minutes long.
Yeah, and like I said, it was well worth it. Of course, one of my pet peeves, as always, was it started a little late, which was kind of bad. And as black people, I'm going to say this, we have to stop doing that because you're not respecting the people who have shown up on time, you're rewarding the people who don't show up on time. And, people's time is valuable. So that's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, I mean, we get the 5, maybe 10 minutes, but an hour?
Yeah, it's kind of, and then not say nothing at all.
Because honestly, we were on our way out the door, and then she was like, no, I'm outside and ready. So I don't know whose fault it was that it didn't go off on time. I doubt it was her fault.
Right, but it's still make an announcement, not to sit there and say nothing at all.
Yeah, so respect people.
And, okay, so today is Tuesday and still early in the week, but before we go, I would like you to describe this concoction of a drink that you have here.
I am drinking.
It's opening up your nose? What
all of that. Okay. It's a jalapeno lemonade.
Okay? Jalapeno lemonade, never heard of it.
It's good, actually. I was buying it from Trader Joe's, but then the frugal person in me was like,
I can make it myself.
You can make this, and I've been making it on my own.
Okay.
So what it is, as I said, it's jalapeno lemon and water and some sugar. Let's keep it real. I ain't going to be drinking just nothing without no sugar.
And the sugar also cuts the acid.
Right. Okay, so I drink it because, as we know, jalapeno has what they call capsaicin that opens up, let's say, your arteries. It helps unclog them as far as the cholesterol, so it regulates that. It's good for your heart. It has some medicinal purposes as far as helping you get rid of the sickness and cold and all that other stuff. The lemon, the same thing. Vitamin C, they both have vitamin C, vitamin B6, and it helps with burning fat, your metabolism, all that kind of stuff. And so, as I said, it's cold season. I'm trying to drink stuff that's conducive to me not getting sick.
Are you going to put the recipe up on Facebook?
I mean, I think I have once before.
Okay. Check it out.
And as I drank it, I'm heating up here because that's what jalapenos do.
Now, is that the jalapeno? I mean, how hot are the jalapenos?
It's pretty spicy. I chopped up a whole jalapeno.
So what's that jalapeno that people are like burning their dang lips off? Can I use that one?
If you want to, if you want your asshole burnt out, go ahead.
Right, okay.
I mean, I know it's a little bit strong, but I'm sorry.
Okay, good. So
I have to make you some next time. Yeah. You like jalapenos lemonade?
I never tried it.
I'll bring you some next time.
Yeah, bring me some next time so I can give it a try. But everybody, again, great show. Dee had, you can see Demetra K on the Demetra K Show. That's her own personal show, Facebook Live, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She had over 10,000 people live listening and watching her, and she goes through and answers every question that she can during that time period. I think we went for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, lemon is also good for your throat, too.
Good for your throat, too, so when you do a lot of talking and stuff like that. So please, guys, check in with her. She is on YouTube, Facebook, and YouTube. The channel is the Demetra K. Look up Demetra K on the YouTube channel, and you can see some of her past shows and where everything's archived there. But it's getting a little colder. Any suggestions?
Just eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Get rest. Drink water. And don't stress.
Don't stress. Exactly. For those guys that are interested, I am coaching basketball. 2 teams. Practices Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And I believe the games, we haven't got the game schedule yet, but we're going to get that. But if you guys have nothing to do and you're just sitting at home watching Jerry Springer or whatever you're watching, get out.
You.
Yeah, I mean, I do that sometimes, but I also get involved in the community.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's sad that these kids need to do something. And the reason why a lot of kids don't do anything, the city doesn't do anything, there's not enough volunteer coaches. So all you fathers out there that love sports, this is your opportunity to go out there and
get off the couch and actually go participate
and go participate. I mean, I'm a strong advocate for that. But being number one, you got to be able to pass a background check because nobody wants you around their kids if you can't pass.
Oh damn!
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you got to be honest about that. That's one thing that's
a need to know thing.
Yeah. So if you have a problem with that, it's going to be interesting. But you guys, hey, check us out. We're getting ready to go. I know it's funny, but it's true. So there you go.
Peace.
We'll see you guys again next week.
Yeah, come in.
Damn, who died? You got enough flies in here for a funeral, eh?
How'd you get in here, Ike? What do you want, huh?
Hey, it's a big night for little Anna Mae. I come to see the show, just like everybody else.
How'd you get past security?
Oh, come on now. You know me better than that. Now, look here, I told you it wasn't over. I told you you was gonna see me again. Here I am, big and bold as shit. You ain't believe me. Thought you was gonna get away from me. Thought a nigga like me was gonna let you get away from me. You can't get away from me, and I'm in here. Now you wanna act like you don't even know me.
Yeah.